Okay, let's dive in. Today we're tackling a big one, starting babies on solid foods. We've got this great resource from the Queensland government, and we're going to really unpack it for you.
That's right. The goal here is simple. Pull out the key need-to-knows from this document. Think of it as your quick guide to feeding your baby from birth to, well, about 12 months.
Covering the when, the what, and crucially, the safety stuff.
Exactly.
So the first question everyone asks, when do you actually start?
Yeah, and the guideline is pretty clear aim for around 6 months. That seems to be the sweet spot.
But definitely not before 4 months, it stresses that.
Absolutely not. Before 4 months, it's all about breast milk or formula that provides everything they need.
Right, and even when solids start, the milk feeds continue alongside.
Oh, definitely. Solids are complementary at this stage, not a replacement for their main milk source.
Okay, so around 6 months, how do you know your baby is ready then? Are there specific things to watch for?
Yes, there are some good readiness signs, like can they hold their head up well, sit up with a bit of support. Uh-huh.
Do they seem really interested when you eat? Maybe reaching out for your food?
Yeah, the food FOMO.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And opening their mouth when food or a spoon comes near. Those are, pretty good indicators.
Got it. And a quick note for preterm babies.
Always best to check in with a doctor or child health nurse first. Their timing might be slightly different. Okay, now for the fun part. What foods to actually give them?
Does it matter what order you introduce things in?
Not really, according to this.
Yeah.
It encourages starting with a variety of healthy foods pretty much straight away. Don't get too hung up on introducing one single food for days on end.
Interesting. And there's a big emphasis on iron, isn't there?
Huge. Prioritize those iron-rich foods every day. We're talking things like well-cooked, pureed lean meats, beef, lamb, chicken.
Eggs too?
Yep. Cooked eggs, legumes like lentils or chickpeas, iron-fortified baby cereals, even pureed spinach.
Wow. Okay. And other healthy stuff.
Loads. Veggies like avocado, sweet potato, fruits like banana or pear, grains, yogurt, cheese. Aim for a good mix. And how much do you start with? Like a whole bowl?
Oh, no, definitely not. Start small, just a teaspoon or two, maybe once a day to begin with. See how they go.
And build up gradually.
Exactly. You'll slowly increase the amount and frequency. The aim is roughly 5 small meals or snacks by the time they're 1 year old.
And the golden rule.
Don't force it. Watch for their cues. If they turn their head away, clamp their mouth shut, get sleepy, they're probably full. Respect that.
Makes sense. Family mealtimes are good too.
Yeah, the document really encourages that. Eating together helps them learn. Just make sure screens are off. Oh, and expect some changes in their nappies.
Huh. Good warning. Let's talk texture. That changes over time, right?
It does. It's a progression. So around 6 months, you're starting with really soft, smooth textures. Think purees, things mashed really well. Everything needs to be well cooked.
Okay, smooth first. Then what comes next?
Around the 8-month mark, you can usually introduce soft finger foods, things they can actually pick up and hold themselves.
Like what kind of things?
Cooked pasta shapes, soft cooked veggie sticks like carrot or zucchini, bits of soft fruit like banana. Keyword is soft, though they're still learning to chew properly.
Right, so it needs to be easily mushable.
Exactly. And then, by around 12 months, they can start moving towards more regular family foods, just chopped up into safe, bite-sized pieces.
And throughout all this, the #1 safety rule is
Always stay with your baby while they're eating. Never leave them unattended. Supervision is key to prevent choking. Now, let's switch gears a bit to the things you should avoid. This is just as important.
okay, top of the list seems to be sugary drinks.
Absolutely. A definite no-no. That means no fruit juice, not even the ones marketed for babies. No cordial, no soft drinks, sports drinks, flavored milk. Just bad news for teeth and developing healthy eating habits.
And the big one,
Honey. Crucial point. No honey at all for babies under 12 months. There's a risk of infant botulism, which is serious.
right. What about adding flavor, salt or sugar?
Best to avoid adding salt or sugar to their food. And be mindful of hidden salt in things like soy sauce, gravy mixes, stock cubes, or those ready-made pasta sauces.
So read labels. Avoid high-fat stuff too.
Yeah, trim visible fat and skin off meats, for example.
And the choking hazards list, that seems really vital.
It really is. Some things are just too risky. Avoid whole nuts and seeds completely.
But smooth nut pastes are okay.
Yes, smooth nut pastes are fine from around 6 months, which we'll touch on with allergies, but whole nuts are a major hazard. Also avoid things like popcorn, whole sausages, or sausage skins.
Cut grapes and cherry tomatoes.
Yes, cut them lengthwise, ideally into quarters. Also avoid marshmallows, hard raw fruit or veg like apple or carrot sticks. Cook them until soft first.
Got it. And never prop a bottle.
Never prop a bottle or cup in bed, and never add cereal or other food to a bottle.
Okay, what about allergies? That's a big concern for parents.
Yeah, the advice now is actually to introduce common food allergens from around 6 months once they started solids. This includes things like smooth peanut paste, tree nut pastes, thoroughly cooked egg, and cooked fish.
So introducing them early might be better?
The evidence suggests it can help reduce the risk of developing an allergy, yes. Just make sure eggs are cooked all the way through, no runny yolks.
Any specific fish to be careful with?
Yes, some larger fish like shark, swordfish, marlin, even barramundi and tuna can contain higher levels of mercury. So the advice is to limit those to no more than once a week.
Okay. Herbs and spices.
Small amounts are generally fine for flavor, but again, avoid those salty pre-mixed spice blends.
And baby-led weaning.
It's mentioned as an option, but the document advises chatting with a health professional first. And like all feeding, supervision is absolutely essential.
And just general food hygiene reminders.
The basics, really. Wash your hands, wash fruit and veg, keep raw meat separate from other foods. Cook everything thoroughly. No pink meat. Eggs fully set. Remove bones. Use leftovers within a couple of days and reheat properly just once. Store food safely.
Wow, okay. That was a pretty comprehensive run-through based on this Queensland government guide.
Yeah, it really covers the main points well. The timing, focusing on variety and iron, how textures should progress, and maybe most importantly, those lists of foods and drinks to strictly avoid.
What for you is maybe the most important or perhaps surprising piece of advice in there? Is it the early introduction of allergens or maybe that strict line on juice?
That's a good question. I think for me, it's the dual emphasis pushing for that variety early on, including those allergens, while simultaneously having very clear boundaries on what's unsafe, like honey or choking hazards. It really captures the balance needed.
Yeah, it underscores that it's not just about getting food in, but doing it safely and setting up good habits.
Exactly. And, as always, every baby develops differently. If you have specific concerns, talking to your GP or a child health nurse is always the best bet for advice tailored to your child.